Morning, Tim. How you doing?
Good morning, everybody. We have little people kind of hanging in the background.
Good
I love it.
morning.
I want everybody to feel welcome. And Riley says, good morning. It's a beautiful, chilly morning here at the Temple of the Universe, Alachua, Florida. And can everybody hear me okay?
Yes.
I'm going to assume that everybody can hear me just fine. We do a quick test. Okay, very good. All right, we're in good shape.
Yes, I can hear. I see I'm not muted.
There he is. Good morning, Mr. Coldwell. Ooh,
Out.
harsh. Hmm.
Snow
A little snowy there.
day.
All right, we are going to get started. We are in the middle of a five-part series on how to relax and release. And last week, February 6th, we talked about the breath. And just a quick review about that is that when you're training your breath, good morning, Mimi. One of the aspects of working with yourself and relaxing and releasing is to watch the breath. Okay. And the simplest way to put it is that when you're in a heightened physical state, you'll be panting or breathing really hard. And when you're reacting to emotional information or emotional happenings, it's nice to control that, to kind of give your body the sense that it's okay to relax, that it doesn't have to over respond to whatever's happening emotionally, etc. So instead of panting, we like to set a nice, smooth cadence for our breath. And when we start the meditation, we will absolutely do that. So the idea is between panting, like you're physically exerting yourself, and holding your breath because there's fear, anxiety, there's this beautiful space of healthy, controlled breathing that sends a message to your body that everything's fine and everything's good. It calms your mind. And the simple, like this is important, the simple awareness of just watching your breath is a really key indicator and a really huge first step in mindfulness. That's what we talked about last week. And when we engage in the breathing pattern, just get the sense of that rhythm of breathing. So today we're going to talk about awareness. And one of the things that we're taught here at the temple is that the great way is not difficult for those who have no preferences. That's the third Zen patriarch. There was the Buddha and then two other replacement Buddhas, if you will, the Buddha lineage. And the third one of them said that. And the power of that is that when things happen in your life, the healthiest way, the most mindful way to observe them is simply to realize that something happened and not assign a preference to it, not assign negativity to it, not assign positivity to it. Just see it. Just see it for what it is. These are ideas that are really reinforced in the Zen teachings, that you see just tree. You don't see the tree that you ran into with your car 30 years ago, or you see you don't see the tree that used to hold your swing set. It's just a tree. And that's the concept of what we're going to explore today, is how to see things as they come up in your life, your emotions, anger, frustration, all the things, and just see them for what they are. See them as movements of energy. And that's really powerful. That's a huge step in this relax and release process, because when you allow yourself a lot of emotional energy, and it's going to happen. Like, I don't want to take that away. It's going to happen. But when you breathe and relax and watch that emotional energy, it will settle out. And when it settles out, it's far less likely to make a samskara, an impression, as they would say, or a traumatic memory. The idea is when things happen, you don't want to have to carry them around for the rest of your life. So we breathe and we look at them. These are the first two steps of relax and release, just steady breathing and observation or awareness without judgment. So those are the two steps that we're going to reinforce today. I can feel the energy of you all. I know you all, and it's beautiful to picture you in my mind's eye as I'm sitting here. I feel very much not like a man sitting in his office alone. I feel like we're in this community, and I'm really grateful for your attendance and the energy that we share. So find yourself sitting in your seat. Feel the weight of your butt in the chair. Maybe straighten up a little bit. Feel a sense of rising up out of your hips so that your spine straightens. Perhaps you put your hands on your lap with the palms facing up, and notice how this helps your shoulders to fall back and relax. This posture, this seating, is about creating space in your chest for easy, non-stressful breathing. So settle into this position with your back nice and straight, perhaps not leaning against the back of the chair, but sitting up straight. Your shoulders back, and just notice the way your body feels. Notice if there's places of tightness, pain, or discomfort. And wiggle, adjust, give yourself a little love in the form of finding comfort. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose and just feel the power of your chest expanding and opening with that breath. Feel how alive your body feels when that air comes in. Feel that sense of powerful energy. You know what you're capable of. You know your movements, how powerful you are. You know who you are when you're at your best. And the purpose of this whole relax and release series is to help you find that energy that you can count on so that you can be at your best. So let the breath out. Just feel the comfort of the air that just came in and left. So now we're going to do my favorite Buddhist breathing pattern. We're going to breathe in to a count of 4 through our nose. Let our back straighten, chest open, and then we're going to breathe out of our mouth to a count of 5. So let's begin. Follow me. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, expand, and then release. Breathe out of your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chest up and your shoulders back, heart space opening. And release the breath out of your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. And release with just a little squeeze of your lungs and your chest. Release out of your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Shoulders back, chest up, hands comfortably resting. And breathe out of your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Couple more times. So we're breathing in through our nose, breathing in 1, 2, 3, 4. And breathe out of your mouth. Relax and release, shoulders back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more time with me counting before you take over. Breathe in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, expand, and release the breath. Breathe out of your mouth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So fall into your own rhythm. When you inevitably notice that your mind has things to say, things to worry about, concepts that need to be explored, just let them as thoughts recede into the background. And just like you're turning down the radio in your car, and put your awareness, your noticing power, if you will, on the breath coming in, the coolness of the air, the specific humidity, whatever it is that's you're noticing from the breath. And again, the pace of the breathing, nice and relaxed, the count of 4 in through the nose, count of 5 out through the mouth. Just really fall into that beautiful pattern of a breathing cadence or rhythm that supports a calm mind, peaceful thoughts, and a sense of well-being. So as you fall into your own rhythm, we're going to talk about the second part of this relax and release, which is noticing thoughts as they pop up in your head. And meditation, just like you're doing now, is an amazing tool, an amazing practice for becoming friendly and aware of the thoughts as they come up. Think about your mind. It's a thought-generating machine. Just like your liver has a job and your stomach and your pancreas, they all have jobs to do. Your mind's job is to make thoughts. It's to figure stuff out. And in the same way that your liver or your pancreas and your stomach can act up and say, if you have a stomach ache, maybe your stomach is too active. It's emitting too many of the digestive juices, gastric juices. It's not healthy. And your mind, as a thought generating machine, it's going to overreact. It's going to try to protect you. It's trying to do beautiful work in that when you feel fear or anxiety, and you feel even the memory of fear or anxiety, or you're anticipating fear or anxiety for some event that hasn't happened yet, it stimulates an energetic response. And in those moments of fear, anxiety, tension, trauma, the highest, best thing you can do is just to relax with it. So as we've said before, you watch the cadence and the rhythm of your breathing. This 4-5 breathing pattern is amazing for doing that. You can do that in all moments of life, not just when you're meditating. You're driving in your car, standing in line, negotiating, whatever you're up to that day, just breathe. But the second thing is to notice and watch your thoughts. Because anxiety, fear, traumas are stored deep inside your system. And they come up. The energy of past events will come up. And that energy in the form of heart, in the form of fear, even physical discomfort, is going to make the beautiful machine of your mind start making thoughts, how to protect you, how to take care of you. It's almost like an evolutionary tool to prevent you from being eaten by a saber-toothed tiger. But every perceived threat is going to be met by a wave of thoughts. And part 2 is about seeing those thoughts, seeing events as they happen without judging them. Just feel the energy of them. Notice them. So when you read or study and you hear about the capital S self, the kingdom of heaven that is within you, your soul, the core of your Shakti, consciousness, the observer, these are all different ways to explain, point out, indicate the part of you that's watching the mind create thoughts. So the power of breathing is that you have a little bit of separation. You've got this moment of peace between the energy coming up and the thoughts. So the breath helps you to slow that process down. And the sense of non-judgmental awareness means that you can see thoughts and energies and fears and anxieties come up. And you simply observe them before you consciously make choices of how to react to whatever's happening in front of you. All this sounds beautiful when we talk about it in the moment of meditation. But this whole series of steps, the breath, the awareness, the witness without judgment, these require practice. It's one thing to witness without judgment. When you spill your coffee or you stub your toe, but life has bigger things that happen to us. And it takes practice with the small things to become really adept at handling yourself when the big things come along. So just explore that space that's watching the mind. Explore that space of watching the thoughts as they walk their way through your being. Your mission is to view those thoughts without judgment, without classifying them as good or bad, with just pure acceptance. And reacting to them with a sense of peace, the sense of your best judgment, your best understanding. When you have the ability to sit in the witness and the depth of the teaching that you are not your thoughts starts to become real for you, you'll see the power of the mind, the beauty of the mind, the capability of thinking. And you'll know when thinking is the right tool. And you'll know when acting is the right action. And you'll know when it's time to watch. That separation where you can watch your thoughts come up without judgment. It unlocks a whole range of powers to use your mind in a constructive and positive way, to not go backwards, to not have panic or have less panic. It's the beginning of a beautiful journey into falling in love with your mind. So many of us now are so dependent on our minds. We've been taught that the smartest among us is the best, that those who have the most sharp mind are going to be the happiest. But the truth is, it's about balance, and your mind is yet but one tool in the whole arsenal of how you live your life, how you react to situations. You have the heart, which is the power of love. You have all kinds of energies that help you to do well. You could even explore the chakra system to see the evolution of those energies. But the thing is, the mind is not the answer. The mind is yet one of the tools. And when you start to understand that, and you gain a little bit of distance, you'll have the ability to be in control of your actions and not be dragged around by the thoughts of your mind. How easy is it right now for people to push your buttons, to know your weak spots, to poke at your points of frustration, and for you to lose the focus, the place of peace, the kingdom of heaven that's within you? It's so easy. You say the right word to you and you will explode in anger, become insecure, feel fear. Doubts from your childhood will arise and you'll lose your energy. It's a complicated system. So relaxing and releasing is the way to peel away accumulated garbage of old thinking patterns, old acting patterns, old ways of being. And with non-judgmental awareness, you will grow to have the perception of picking which of your patterns and habits and activities are actually helping you. They're actually helping you to become the person you want to be. So we're still meditating. I want you to watch your breath. Notice the breath coming in, breath going out. And as you tune in to the breath and the feeling of the breath coming in and out, notice how the rhythm and pace of the breath is reinforcing a feeling of peace and contentment inside you. This is incredibly powerful. Simple, control, simple awareness of the breath will help to deactivate some of those buttons that people might use with you or that you use on yourself. And once you have this rhythm of breathing going, you feel that sense of peace, you'll start to have greater awareness of thoughts as they rise up, powered by the energy, past fears, past anxieties, things that are happening in the moment, uncomfortable discussions that are taking place. And the ability to feel your breath, feel the calmness that it provides, and in a deep and powerful way, take a step backwards into the deeper part of your consciousness, your soul, the kingdom of heaven that's within you, your Buddha nature, and watch the mind as it reacts. Give it space to do its little tantrum, do what it wants to do, but just knowing that that's not who you are. And you can love your mind to the point that it will get quiet and more at peace. You love the fact that it's racing is trying to save you, help you, find you an answer, but the mind can't solve the mind. The mind can't fix the mind. So these steps that we're taking, these 5 practices of relax and release, are a process that you'll use every day. And with enough practice, you'll get to the point where your life is a walking meditation. And there's a sense of clarity about how you commit your energy. And you live with a sense of purpose in what you do with your mind. But it takes practice. This is the powerful, complete way to work with yourself. This is not an easy fix solution. This is the building up of a skill. This is learning how to play the violin, play a sport. It's learning a new set of skills that has an incredibly powerful payback for how you live your life, how you treat others, how you stay connected with the people you love, and stay connected with the moments in front of you. So this breathing pattern, breathing into a count of 4, out to a count of 5. Do notice your breath multiple times a day and condition yourself to breathe like this. Watch the breath, stay connected with the breath all day long. And when you start to notice frustration, anxiety, pain, anger, lust, all the parts of beautiful humanity that we carry, just fall back just a little bit. Just rest your consciousness a little deeper and watch the thoughts take place. Relax and release is all about breathing and awareness at the beginning. Next week, we're going to talk about more skills around becoming a detached observer. The beauty of this is that this doesn't separate you from life. This doesn't take you away from the moments that are in front of you. This practice helps you to engage from the power of your best self. To be an avatar of love, to be helpful, to be gracious, to interact with your family and friends and the people you meet, the people you work with, from a state of love, unconditional love and peace, instead of fear and competition and anger. Meditate on the self, meditate on the self, honor and worship your own being, for God dwells within you as you. These are the words of Meher Baba. Meditate on the self, meditate on the self, honor and worship your own being, for God dwells within you as you. Meditate on the self, meditate on the self, honor and worship your own being, for God dwells within you as you. Have a beautiful day, my friends. Much love to you all. Thank you.